morning. I took a very long bus ride to Santa Marta as I'm waiting for my passport to be changed, and it was completely worth it. The weather here is beautiful, the people are amazing, and oh, the food. I want to share this city with you, Santa Marta, because a lot of Colombians come to visit here, but it's not as popular with tourists. It's kind of the ugly city compared to beautiful Cartagena. But 12 years ago, I visited here and fell in love, and honestly, it's just gotten better. Now, the absolute best way to start a day in Santa Marta is on the Malecon, the waterfront. It was finished during the pandemic, and there are a number of vendors, there's security, there's police, there are people. It's a really nice place to visit and also start the day having juice. So there are a number of stalls here at Plazoleta de Jugo. I'm visiting Juancho, and he just made a juice for me that you can only find here in Colombia in the Caribbean, and it is called corozo. Corozo is a fruit that they turn into juice, they turn into wine. It's actually somewhat endangered, so I think it's really good to buy these juices because if people are making money off the fruit, that means they'll plant more and it will continue. So it tastes a little bit like a cranberry raspberry with just like a little hint of strawberry. It's really delicious, but they have so many types of juice here. It's really, really so good. Cold, ice. Don't worry about the water. They do use filtered water, so it's absolutely safe to have the water and to have the ice. And it's just like, what an amazing view. Like, what a great way to start the day. Swim at this beach. I have not gone swimming so far because look at all those fishing boats, all of their fuel, and then if we turn around this way, keep going, look at all of this. I don't know how clean this water is. I really love this addition to the city. It's beautiful. I think the way they're setting things up here is so organized. And also, this is a very well-lit spot. There's lots of private security, there's lots of police. So you can come down here and it's family friendly and it's just a nice place to be. They also have over there a center for events. So on the weekend, there was a series of concerts. And I think right now, actually, they're setting up a skateboard kind of demonstration. Not entirely sure. If you've spent any amount of time in Latin America, you know they love the outdoor gym. They have one here. It's just really nice. Lots of kids around, families out. On the weekend, I saw people working out, walking. All right, I love what they have done with the Malecon. They really built it into a beautiful, welcoming spot. Lots of families here, couples, people exercising. It's just really, really lovely. Also at night, very well lit, lots of security. This is definitely an area in the city where you should feel comfortable walking around. And then I'm not done with the waterfront yet. That's because I've heard at the marina, there's one of the best ceviches in Colombia. Would make this place better is just more trees like this. So you get a lot of big families that want to sit under a tree because these tents right here you do need to rent. So it makes it a little bit more of an expensive day. But if you could just plant a couple more of these, that would be perfect. Oh, and I need a hat. All right, I just bought a hat. I was looking for one because I'm going to the beach tomorrow, and I saw a vendor just walking. You'll see them everywhere. They're walking with tons of hats. So when I first got here, I actually walked around and I saw kind of in the cheap local stores, you could get a hat, although a smaller one, for 13,000. So when he said 70 for this, I was like, oh no, you can get this for 20 if I go to a store. And he said, oh no, it's the small ones. And so I just said to him, what's your best price? And he dropped it to 40. And I probably could have gone lower, but honestly, I think just because Tourism has hit people so hard. The best price, the fair price is the one that you agreed to. And so 40 for a hat for me is fine. I don't mind. So Javier at Free Tour Santa Marta told me I needed to try the ceviche at Cócteles y Ceviches Emmanuel. It's right here on the marina. It has a beautiful view. And actually for having such a prime spot, it's pretty affordable. Ceviche here starts at 11 and goes up to 30,000 pesos, depending on how big you want. And then they have a number of different kinds. So you can get shrimp, stingray, caracol, which is like a sea snail, and octopus. Or if you want, you can get a mix of it. Now this is a very typical traditional style of ceviche here along the coast. It's a tomato-based sauce, and it usually has some kind of mayonnaise in it. It is a very generous portion. I see some shrimp. I see a little bit of everything. I want to get some of that octopus. Oh yeah. That octopus almost has like a smoky flavor and it's so tender. Oh, it is really delicious.
Siempre está horneando mi abuela y la casa se llena del olor.
So along the coast of Colombia, you'll find that a lot of the hot sauce that you get is bottled. So they're not making their own. However, there is this dip which you have to try. It's a sauce called suero. And so I would say it tastes like a combination between cream cheese and sour cream. It's actually maybe a little bit more like quesillo in Nicaragua, and it's a fermented milk dip. It comes with a lot of things, most often plantains. So if you're somewhere and you see plantains con suero, you have to get it. The plantains themselves, not so special, it's just like a dip. But then this sauce, it's like a funky cheese, sour creamy cream cheese. It is delicious and addictive. So if you see it, get it. It's fantastic. I'm gonna walk about 15 minutes to the restaurant. Now, when I say things are safe and you can walk around here, what I mean is you still need to be careful no matter what. So for example, definitely with my hat and this outfit and my camera, I definitely look like a gringa. Anyway, there's a saying here, it's called no dar papaya, don't give papaya. Do not give people a reason to rob you. So I'm always very careful, cognizant of people who are around me, behind me. I don't like people to get too close. And then also, even here with my camera, I always try to pick good spots. And my phone, I don't walk out with. It's always kind of in my bag. And if I need to check Google Maps or something, I usually duck into a store. So, quick detour into Parque de los Novios. You've probably heard of it before if you're interested in Santa Marta. It is the heart of tourism here. So, the park has free Wi-Fi, lots of locals here. Around the park there are restaurants, and then there are offshoots of restaurants on the various streets. It's probably the most photogenic, lots of art murals. It's really quite pretty. Lots of different types of restaurants. There are some cheap restaurants selling burgers, hot dogs, pizza, and then you also have some more expensive restaurants. You've got a lot of bars. Looking at one that's Greek that is supposed to be really good as well. Now for me, I came to Colombia because I want to eat Colombian food. So I haven't really eaten at any of these places, but it's worth walking around. And again, at night it's safe. There are a lot of people here, but there are also a lot of police, a lot of security. Now I lie, actually, I have been to one of the restaurants here. It's totally gringo, it's vegan, it's vegetarian, but it's also really awesome. And so I'm just gonna show you. It's right around the corner. All right, so I've been to Icaro once for breakfast, also did some work there. It's fantastic. I had huevos rancheros, nothing like they have in Mexico. The tortillas more like arepas. Well, what can you expect? But it was really delicious. And also it has the best coffee in Santa Marta. They grow it on their organic farm there. It's definitely worth checking out. Super gringo-y, but also delicious. For the record, you can get these hats for 10,000 here. 1/4 of the price that I paid, but I'm still happy with my purchase. I'm now at Cafe Bendito for a very typical Colombian dish. This is most common on the coast and it's called cayeye. Cayeye is made with green banana that is mashed, and then they've got some cheese on top. So you've got this base of the cayeye, and then that is the basic dish. And then from there, people add to it. So maybe you'll have shrimp on it. You can also find it with seafood. I'm having it with carne desmechada, which is like a shredded beef. It looks so good. Oh, wow. If you are a meat and potatoes kind of person, you will love this. So you get the starchiness from the green banana. It's really seasoned well. And then on top, you've got this queso costeña, which is just like a salty cheese. So it's like salty, cheesy, starchy. And then here, this is where you get that like meat part of it. So you got shredded meat, a little bit like ropa vieja in Cuba. It's really good. This is a really tasty dish. Now, a lot of people eat cayeye for breakfast. It's most common at breakfast. In fact, here, the reason I came here was I saw that they had it for breakfast, but I thought, I'm pushing it a little bit by going for lunch. But they said, no problem at all. At Sopas de la Parque, which is located in Plaza San Francisco, conveniently less than a block away from my hostel, you have a number of vendors making traditional Colombian food from the coast that is very delicious, very cheap, and safe to eat. So you'll find a cazuela de marisco, a cazuela de pescado. They've also got arroz con camarones, arroz con marisco. Today I'm going to have the cazuela de marisco. And then you also have some cilantro on it. It's really good. It's thick, rich, but it's also bright from the lime and the cilantro. You gotta try it. The lemonade and the other juices I'm sure are great, but if you want to try a very typical Colombian drink, you want to try panela con limon. Panela is unprocessed sugarcane, so again from this region with some lime. Oh, it's delicious. It's so refreshing. So good. If you're going through the park, you definitely have to go there. Before I share this restaurant, I want to also share a fun fact. Did you know that 77% of people who watched my last video are not subscribed to this channel? If you love travel, if you love food, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, because I can guarantee you I will be eating and drinking and traveling a lot. This last restaurant I've been wanting to go to for a while, but they're only open from 4 to 9 or when they sell out, and it's called Restaurante y Arepas Guilla. And so they sell Colombian arepas, cornmeal cakes stuffed with cheese, and then they are grilling them on banana leaves. They're known as the best arepas in Santa Marta, and they've been around since the 1940s. So in 20 years, that'll be like 100 years. This place is kind of like coming into someone's house, like you're in someone's kitchen. It's just very humble. It's all about the food. People are coming in and out. Oh yeah. Oh. And you love cheese. I think this is like half cheese, half arepa. It's so light and fluffy and yet so cheesy. And then there's just, oh, the cheese, when they just grill it, gets that a little bit cooked, a little bit burnt. You got these toasted brown sections. Oh yeah, it's amazing. I can see why this place is so popular. It's so good. But one of these is devastating. There's so much in this. I'm gonna have to take the rest of this to go. Well, I'm gonna eat a little bit more. They have a number of drinks here as well. They have this, which someone explained to me as corn water. Maybe it's like coconut and corn water. Oh yeah, I get the corn now. I thought it was coconut, but actually that second taste, the finish on it is corn. This is really, really good. Wow. All right, that was definitely my favorite stop. I loved all the food, but that was just outside the central area. You know, to go to a place that has been around since the 1940s. People were so nice, had really interesting food, and that agua de maíz is actually the liquid that they make, like when you cook corn and you have that water left over, that's what it is. It's literally corn water. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here, but if you're interested in Santa Marta, if you're interested in visiting Colombia, in the next video, I am going to share my safety tips for visiting here, especially in Santa Marta. I think you're going to want to hear them. So see you next time. Join my Patreon community for more behind the scenes and exclusive content you won't find elsewhere. You can also find me on Instagram, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. All of these things make my day. Thank you so much for your support.